Do you have one trap that is significantly bigger than the other? Because if so, I want to break down exactly why that's going on. And of course, give you a solution in fixing it forever. So here's the deal. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and guys are going to say that if you have one trap that's larger than the other, all you got to do is dumbbell shrug because unilateral work corrects muscular imbalances. Well, here's the problem with that line of thinking. You are only correcting symptoms, but you're not actually addressing the root cause. You see, that might help you a little bit in terms of your lagging traps, but it's not going to fix what the actual problem is, which is the fact that you have several body dysfunctions. You have several body dysfunctions that give you misalignment in your body. And this misalignment is precisely what's causing one trap to become bigger than the other. Here's what I mean. There's a lot of things going on in your body. Number one, you probably have a hip imbalance. And now some of you guys are like, what? Hips? Did you just say fucking hips? Yes, I said hips. Here's the thing. When one hip is elevated more than the other, look what happens. When you shrug, you end up shrugging more on one side compared to here. Oh, and it goes much further than that. When you're in this position here, you end up compensating by doing this motion right there, right? And now one lat is wider than the other. So you have one lat that's flaring out, right? So every time you grab onto the bar, it's going to be uneven. So you might think that you're shrugging correctly, but no. What's actually going on is your hip is tilted like this. You have one arm that's flared out, and then you're kind of doing this weird motion that's making one side work harder than the other. And that's why guys get so tonic. That's why guys are like, damn, one of my sides is killing me. It's because you have this body dysfunction. And you know what? It goes even further than that. You probably have imbalance obliques as well. So one side of your obliques is actually pulling your hips in this direction. I know this to be true because the same thing used to happen to me. In fact, when I used to make YouTube videos back in the day, I used to have a phone in my hand. And this phone, the fact that I had to hold this phone all the time, caused my body to gradually do this over time. I'm still working on it right now, by the way. So this motion of twisting my body is what caused these dysfunctions. So here's what you have to do to correct the problem. Number one, you have to start doing Jefferson deadlifts or Jefferson rack pulls because this is going to allow you to directly change your structure. Here's what I mean. If your hips tilt to the left side, start doing Jefferson deadlifts with your right leg in front. And if you have the opposite situation where your hips tilt to the right, then do Jefferson deadlifts with your left leg in front. And that's automatically going to shift your torso. It's going to force you to become more square. You can't be pulling weights all the way like this. So Jefferson deadlifts, Jefferson rack pulls is going to fix you up right there. Secondly, you want to start doing side bends on the weaker side in particular. So again, if your body is tilted to the left, you want to do side bends to the right. And vice versa. If your right side is tilted this way, you want to do side bends to this side. All you're trying to do is correct your uneven hips, okay? And that should help you out tremendously. The next thing you have to do is actually start rowing with perfect form. Oh shit, you heard me. Perfect form? Holy fuck. Did Alpha Destiny just say perfect form rows? Yeah, you heard me, man. You see, what's going on is that because, remember I mentioned before how one lat is going to be wider than the other? That's going to affect your structural integrity. So what you have to do is drop the weight by about 30% on all of your rows and gradually build back up. And when you do these rows, I want you to retract your scapula, tuck the elbows in evenly with both hands, and grab the bar perfectly evenly on both sides. And really row, squeeze the back muscles, yes, you're here, and make sure that it's done properly. And gradually work your way back up until you're lifting the same poundages that you were in the past. And once you retrieve those past numbers, you're not going to have the uneven lats. Your right lat is going to catch up, and now it's going to be synchronized with the hips that you've been working with, the side bends and the Jefferson deadlifts. So now you're in perfect alignment. When you go shrug, it's going to be nice and even. There's not going to be any issues. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing right there. There's also other issues, which is probably the fact that you have a tight psoas or probably scoliosis of some type. And for that, well, the scoliosis, that can't really help you. But for the psoas, you can start doing reverse hyperextensions. That tends to help a lot with relieving pain in that area, as well as massaging your belly with a medicine ball. So take a medicine ball, lean over it. You know, you can massage left and right. You can massage up and down, but just try to get some good try to get some good motion in that area, and that should help you out tremendously. And then finally, one last thing to this video for these uneven traps is your neck. You see, a lot of guys don't think about this. But typically, 9 out of 10 times, if not 100% of the time, guys who have one trap that's bigger than the other, they also have a tonic neck. One side of the neck is also bigger. Trust me, this is very, very common. So what you have to start doing is actually stretching out your neck. Stretch it. Stretch it this way, to the sides, you know, left, right. You can go this way. You can do all kinds of rotations. But what you want to do is alleviate the pressure up here. And once your neck is more relaxed, you're going to be nice and free. You're going to shrug nice and freely. Where every time you do a trap movement, it's not going to be so tonic. Because it's tonic as hell. Trust me, I've seen guys who one side of their neck is much bigger than the other. And that's affecting their trap size. Because remember this, right? Having a bigger neck will also make your traps bigger and vice versa. So if you have a tonic neck, that's never a good thing. So make sure you stretch it out. And also, when you do your neck work, use perfect form. Make sure you're flexing evenly. Don't be flexing a little bit to the side. Or otherwise, it's going to overdevelop and you're going to have a tonic neck. And that's going to affect your traps. And of course, make sure you do side work for the lagging area. So if your right side of your neck is overdeveloped, start doing work for the left a little bit more. And that should correct your issues right there. And that, my friends, is pretty much the matrix of fixing your uneven traps. It has nothing to do with using dumbbells. Of course, you can do that too after you've implemented all these techniques. So fix the root cause, and then if you feel like it, you could do unilateral shrugs, tilting your body a little bit. But I guarantee you that if you try everything I said in this video, which is correcting the body dysfunctions and restoring structural integrity, every time you do a trap exercise, you're not going to have this imbalance that's going on. It's a very common issue, and this is the solution. So I hope this helps you out. Give me your feedback down below, and if you have other suggestions for guys who are having uneven traps, let me know, and I think it's going to help out a lot of viewers. So that's it for today. I will talk to you guys all next time.